The Cape continues their lock on the top 6 spots of the CSB RPI rankings. It looks like 3 or maybe even 4 teams have a shot at the brass ring. Remember, the RPI method of ranking places greater value on winning in more competitive leagues than it does for weaker leagues. In other words, winning a very high percentage of games in a less competitive league will not make the top 25. It's that time of the season where the pennant races are down to a few games. In most of the leagues, the races are still alive, and many look like they're going down to the wire. Let's see what's happening around the leagues. The weather is not helping in the Northeast. The Cape, for example, has been hit with 42 rainouts this year, with the Falmouth Commodores being the hardest hit with 13, and this caused a lot of double headers in the heat. Nevertheless, the battles are as hot as the heat wave. The East Division is all tied with the Chatham Anglers and the YD Red Sox at 42 points apiece. The Orleans Firebirds are still in it with 37 points and 10 games remaining. In the East Division, the Chatham Anglers, the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox are second, Orleans Firebirds, the Harwich Mariners, and the Brewster Whitecaps. The West Division is yet another tie, this time between the Falmouth Commodores and the Wareham Gatemen at 39 points, while the Katut Kittlers are at 37 points. You have Falmouth, Wareham, Katut, Byrne, and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks filling out the final 5. In the Perfect Game League, the Amsterdam Mohawks hold a substantial 5-game lead over the always tough Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. With 11 games left, the Albany Dutchmen are still not out of it either, but don't count on Amsterdam folding, as they have a special team this year. The Mohawks are tied for 21st on the CSBR RPI rankings. It's Amsterdam, Mohawk Valley, Albany, Saugerties Stallions, the Oneonta Outlaws, and the Glens Fall Dragons. In the West Division, the Utica Blue Sox are on a tear, winning 9 of their last 10 games as they have opened a 2.5-game lead over the slumping Geneva Red Wings. The Sox are now 24-12 for a 667 winning percentage, second only to the Amsterdam Mohawk at 784. You have the Utica Blue Sox, the Geneva Red Wings, the Adirondack Trailblazers, the Watertown Rapids, the Elmira Pioneers, and the Newark Pilots. Blue Sox owner George Deek, longtime advocate of junior college players, has several JUCO stars on the Blue Sox roster. Take a look.
My name is Jerry Reinhardt.
My name is Brenton Phillips.
DJ Stazak.
I'm LJ Bryant.
I attend Lackawanna College.
I play for Andrew College.
Lackawanna College.
I go to Andrew College.
I play third base.
I play outfield and infield.
Shortstop, center field.
I'm an outfielder.
I'm a JUCO product.
I'm a JUCO product.
I'm a JUCO product.
And I'm a JUCO product.
League Northern Division, the Keene Swamp Bats and the North Adams Steeple Cats are separated by a half game, with the Swamp Bats on top. With only 5 games left for the Bats and 4 for the Cats, they'll face each other twice at North Adams Joe Wolf Field. You've got the Keene Swamp Bats, the North Adams Steeple Cats, the Valley Blue Sox, the Upper Valley Nighthawks, the Vermont Mountaineers, the Sanford Mariners, and the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. Over in the Southern Division, the Martha Vineyard Sharks hold a commanding 6-point lead over the Newport Gulls with only a few games left to play. But it's not over by any means, as the Sharks' magic number is still 3. Any Combination of Shark wins and Gull losses wins it for the Sharks. The North Vineyard Sharks, the Newport Gulls, the Mystic Schooners, the Danbury Westerners, the Ocean State Waves, and the New Bedford Bay Sox. Out on the island, the Riverhead Tomcats and the West Hampton Aviators, both just outside the CBR top 25, ended the regular Hampton League season in a tie at 27-11-2. The Tomcats had a chance to gain home field for the playoffs with a win in their last game against the Southampton Breakers, but it was not to be as the Breakers won 6-2. West Hampton gets home field advantage, winning the tiebreaker, having won the season series against the Tomcats 4-1. It's the Riverhead Tomcats, West Hampton, the Sag Harbor Whalers, the Shelter Island Bucks, the Southampton Breakers, the Long Island Road Warriors, and the North Fork Ospreys. Riverhead's Jason Cooley won the league batting title with a .407 average. The Fordham sophomore had an incredible on-base percentage of .481 to go with a slugging percentage of .692. In the Cal Ripken League, the Bethesda Big Train is living up to its name as it rolls over everybody in the league. The Train has now won 10 of the last 15 championships, 7 of the last 9, and the last 3 in a row. The Bethesda Big Train, the SSTT Bolts, the DC Grays, the FCA Braves, the Gatorsburg Giants, and the Alexandria Aces round out the field. The Valley League's North is coming down to the wire with 5 games left in the regular season. The Strasburg Express are a game and a half out of the Woodstock River Bandits. The Bandits will need help as they don't play the Express for the rest of the way. You've got Strasburg Express, the Woodstock River Bandits, the Newmarket Rebels, the Winchester Royals, the Purcellville Cannons, and the Front Royal Cardinals. In the South Division, the Waynesboro Generals, winning 7 of their last 10 games, have opened a 2-game gap over the Charlottesville Tom Sox, 8-2 in their last 10 games. Both teams battle for the last time today. This one could go down to the wire, just like in the North. In the South, the Waynesboro Generals, Charlottesville Tom Sox, the Covington Lumberjacks, the Staunton Braves, and the Harrisonburg Turks. The Coastal Plain League defending champion Morehead City Marlins have clinched the crown in the East Division. The Marlins are 13th on our RPI rankings. The Morehead City Marlins, the Fayetteville Swamp Dogs, the Holly Springs Salamanders, and the Wilmington Sharks bring up the rear. In the West, the Gastonia Grizzlies, who have bounced in and out of our top 25, hold a slim game and a half edge over the Forest City Owls. You've got Gastonia, Forest City, Ashboro Copperheads, and the High Point Thomasville High Toms. Only a game separates the Wilson Tobbs from the Edenton Steamers in a highly competitive North Division, with the Peninsula Pilots right in the thick of things, only 2 back. It's Wilson, Edenton, the Peninsula Pilots, and the Martinsville Mustangs. In a battle of the Titans, the Savannah Bananas and the Macon Bacon, numbers 18 and tied for 24th, respectively, on the RPI list, are a mere half game of each other. It's the Savannah Bananas, Macon, the Florence Red Wolves, and the Lexington County Blowfish. This playoff series is likely one that will be filled with great baseball and excitement. The Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League South Division was settled in the last game of the regular season when the Settlers beat the Steam 7-6 at Licking County's Don Edmonds Stadium. The Lima Locos, who have been in and out of the top 25, have won the North, and they'll have home field advantage when they play the second-place Muskegon Clippers in the playoffs. In the Northwest League, the Traverse City Pit Spitters have taken command of the Great Lakes East Division, opening up a 5.5-game gap over the Kalamazoo Growlers. The Spitters are tied for 21st in our RPI rankings. Things are much tighter in the Great Lakes West, with only 5 games separating all 6 teams. The Wisconsin Rapid Rafters are in front at the moment with a 2-game lead over both the Lakeshore Chinooks and the Green Bay Booyah. In Great Plains East, we have a tight 3-way battle with the Eau Claire Express and Duluth Huskies, tied, and the La Crosse Loggers only 1 game back. The Great Plains West finds the St. Cloud Rocks leading the Mankato Moondogs by 2.5. The Expedition League is another league that splits the season into halves. The Western Nebraska Pioneers won the first half of the Clark Division, and the Badlands Big Sticks won the Lewis. The Pioneers are continuing in their winning ways in the second half of the season and hold a 3-game lead over the Fremont Moo. Meanwhile, in the West, the Souris Valley Saberdogs hold a slim lead over the first-half champ Badlands Big Sticks, with the Pierre Trappers another game and a half back. West Coast League second-half division races are the same old, with the Victoria Harbor Cats and the Wenatchee Apple Sox dueling in the north, and the Corvallis Knights and the Portland Pickles in the south. The Yakima Valley Pippins are trying to make it a three-way race in the north. Shortstop Brooks Lee was voted the league's most best prospect by the Major League Baseball scouts in attendance at the All-Star game. The switch-hitting infielder from San Luis Obispo High School is headed to Cal Poly in the fall to play for his father, Larry Lee, longtime head coach of the Mustangs. Brooks made a verbal commitment to play baseball at Cal Poly in August of 2016 and signed a national letter of intent last November, turned down multiple $3 million offers from Major League Baseball teams, and will honor his commitment to play baseball for his father. The California Collegiate League's two-division playoffs are underway. The affiliate division playoffs pit the number 2-seeded Lincoln Potters against the number 1-seeded Heldsburg Prune Packers, who are 10th on the CSBR RPI list. The CCL team playoffs will see the number 3 seed Arroyo Seco Saints meet the number 2 seed Orange County Riptide in an elimination game. The winner will meet the number 1 seeded Santa Barbara Foresters on Friday in a winner-take-all championship game. The Foresters are number 8 on the CSBR RPI rankings. The winner of the affiliate division playoffs will then meet the CCL team division champions in a best-of-3 league championship game set to begin Saturday at Sparky Anderson Field at 4 p.m. The Orange County Riptide clinched their playoff spot in the dramatic fashion with a walk-off single by Dylan Rock. Here's Jonathan Gonzalez with the call.
Run represented by Michael Peabody leads off the bag at second base. Set delivers a slide, hit right back up the middle. Rounding the bag on his way home is Michael Peabody. The ball is offline, and welcome to the first walk-off win of the season for your...
Well, that's our show for the week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Ken O'Neill.